big round world, we have gathered to honor our best. Our experts have spoken, often, very often. Sometimes the jury needed a meal with friends to help clear their minds. It's true, sometimes there were different opinions. But eventually the finalists were selected, and oh boy, what a lineup! Now we honor those who have changed our landscape, who've used the latest technology to build our cities, and who've taken some risks to make sure the job was done right. Now fasten your flying cap and salute these Award for Excellence finalists in this special edition of ULI Around the World.
When developers saw an awkward, wedge-shaped tract of brownfield land stuck between the Vltava River and a major highway, they knew it could be the start of a major new office district. No, they weren't crazy, and their efforts created Danube House, a striking feature of the Prague skyline and the first phase of this ambitious master plan. The windows and giant internal atrium help keep outside noise down. Those internal walkways move air around the building, and they're also structural support beams. Looking cool, keeping cool. Danube House, Prague. Munich's banking district has never looked so good, thanks to Citykwartier Fünfhofer, almost a full city block of old office space, reborn as a mixed-use development, with shops, offices, homes and garden space. The special ambiance has been created by opening 5 passageways between the old buildings and adding tranquil green space and other cultural touches. Citykwartier Fünfhofer shows what can be done with a little imagination. The city of Leipzig is home to the oldest train terminal in Europe. A major renovation was desperately needed, but instead of a boring overhaul, the terminal was converted to part railway, part glamorous shopping district. The shopping centre was fully leased from day one, and passengers at Promenaden at Leipzig Central Railway Station don't seem to mind if their train is delayed. The Old World Trade Centre in Amsterdam also needed urgent help. The only catch? The building must remain fully occupied throughout the renovation. No problem for this multinational team, who gave the old buildings a facelift, built a brand new office tower, a new roof wrapping around the structures, and some beautiful places for quiet contemplation. They even managed a parking lot for 2,000 bicycles. Amsterdam's World Trade Centre, turning the past into the future. At Reagan Park, an old abandoned textile mill was replaced with over 100 apartments, some houses, underground parking and gardens. A special soil clean-up scheme was used, and careful planning made sure the new homes fit the style and feel of the existing neighbourhood. Regenborg Park in Tilburg, goodbye textile mill, hello popular residential complex. In Barcelona, the city wanted to complete its reconnection with the beautiful Mediterranean, but there were some obvious obstacles. Now, in place of the industrial mess, sits a spectacular example of sustainable, mixed-use development. Diagonal Mar includes high-rise multifamily buildings, shopping, offices and hotels, and 50% of the development is set aside for green space, including a large and popular public park. The project is a model for sustainable development, including solar heating, rainwater tanks and native planting. Closer to the heart of Barcelona's business district is Casa de la Punxes, an old apartment building that was feeling its age. This national historic monument, designed by a disciple of Gaudi, has been reclaimed. Old apartments completely refurbished and reconfigured into flats, studios and office spaces. The smallest and poorest of these used to be on the roof. but some creative redesigning has changed all that. With careful restoration, this small-scale redevelopment has transformed Casa de la Punches from rundown to radiant. Believe it or not, these striking new buildings of Madrid's Environmental Technological Centre are sitting on the remains of an old waste recycling plant. And that land around it, now called Forest Park, used to be a garbage dump. This giant recycled object is now home to community meeting spaces, a library, and an exhibition space, all devoted to environmental information and education. Madrid's Environmental Technological Centre, turning trash into treasure. The city of Birmingham boasts two major projects that have been catalysts for the successful regeneration of the city centre. The first is Brindley Place. This 17-acre mixed-use development created a whole new district in the heart of Birmingham. It has a little of everything. Some restored buildings, some new. Housing, retail, offices, plenty of open space, even an art gallery and aquarium. Brindley Place is a big vision project which boosted jobs, encouraged home and retail construction, and helped give residents a renewed sense of city pride. The Bullring achieved similar success. No angry livestock here, just one of the largest retail developments in Europe for over a decade. And it's all in a city centre. The ambitious complex is a hit with shoppers and nearby residents. The Bullring's fresh architecture makes it clear Birmingham is well and truly moving forward. London has history, tradition, and now one of the largest glazed atriums in Europe, thanks to Tower Place. These two triangular office buildings sit next door to the world-famous Tower of London landmark, so they need to stand out, but not too much. Tower Place, innovation, architectural style, lots of glass, and a wonderful example of understanding and working with your neighbourhood to create something special.
And that's the way the world spins. Stay tuned for another exciting episode of ULI Around the World.